Well, hello again. Saturday afternoon, I've just finished work, heading down to the yard where the buses are. Try and work out what needs to be done. As of right now, there is 3 weeks to go until the bus show. And I've got to try and work out what jobs need to be done. There are a couple I know for sure I have to do, but I can't do them because I'm waiting on parts. That is, I've been told to put I took that sock out too soon, so I've ordered another radiator sock. I've also ordered some 2-inch radiator hose so I can replace the old crunchy brittle stuff that could fail on me. Can't do any of that until those parts arrive. The same with the Speedos. None of that stuff's turned up yet, so I can't do those jobs. What jobs can I do? I'm not sure. So when I get down here, I'm going to grab a piece of cardboard, walk around both buses and jot down the jobs that need to be done that will make me happy with both units to be seen in public, and also happy that they'll be able to be driven on the motorway. So I'll get down here, I'll jot the jobs down. Once I know what to do, there's no time like the present, we'll get stuck into it. So welcome to another episode of Steve Stuff. One job I was planning on doing this weekend was touching up paint. I mean, areas like that all over both buses that need to be looked at. But you can't really tell. It's been raining today. It's annoying drizzly rain. It doesn't show up on the radar, but it's forecast to continue all afternoon. So painting is out. So I'm going to go and get my cardboard, my marker, and start jotting down what I can do and then get started. So first on the list, obviously, is paint touch-up. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Areas like that. This is the Merlin here. There's a scratch there. There's an area there that I've obviously tried to screw or something. Little bits and pieces, you know, tidy that up. Dab of paint over the top of that rust stain. There's a few of those. Also, the gutter. All the way around the guttering on the Merlin, I'd like to paint green like I did on the double decker, because that, it seems, was part of the livery in the 70s and 80s. So that's the Merlin. There's more bits and pieces of paint, but you can see what I'm talking about. That there is not paint. That looks like bird shit. But here, see, that's got to come off. That's the previous owner experimenting with a paint colour for one of his buses that was parked next door to him, and didn't care because this was going to get painted anyway. So some of these bleed lines, it's not so bad along there, but there are some areas on the higher stripes that need attention. In there around the tow hook, needs a good tidy up. There's some slight stuff there. This was me, I accidentally sanded off some paint when I was polishing the window frame. Little things like that. There's a bit more I'd like to see finished properly. There's a bit there on the stripe. So yeah, just a general tidy up. Trying to find you some more. There's another bit there on the door. So you can see what I mean. That's tape's taken that off. In fact, this area up the side of the door here, I haven't finished. You can see that's the old colour there. So I've got to get in there on both sides. I've just slapped paint on there. That's no good. So that's the first job. Tidy up the paint, but I can't do that today because of the stupid weather. Next couple down the list I can't do, as I mentioned, don't have the parts, and then we come to interior tidy. So I'm in the Merlin right now. This is the bus that has been sitting for quite a while and needs just some attention. You can see there's still a water leak on one of those window rubbers that I can't fix, so that's stain. The good thing about this boat flooring is it's easy to clean, just needs a wipe and then a broom and a vacuum. You can see there where the water's been getting in. These rubbers are the culprit. That even there you can see, yeah, no good. Things like this around the window frames that I've never got around to. If I get time, I can give those a polish. I think I'll take this pull string down for the stop. Last time I showed this bus, someone yanked on that too hard and snapped it. So I don't think I want to tempt fate again. Kids will be kids. I might just take that down. Other areas in here that need tidying up, just some upholstery issues, look a bit shit. And there's this here, the glue's failed on that dress strip, so I can sort that out. And then just go over, you know, cobwebs, dirty windows. Oh, look at that. Obviously there's been water dripping there. And then in the Decker interior, we've got things like these window surrounds, and the rubbers all need a good clean upstairs and downstairs. That's a big job. That's just years of dust, and these windows are notorious for not letting water drain properly. Not looking forward to that, but if I can get to it, I will. As you can see, she's all pretty good. I'll leave the pull cords in this one. They're pretty strong. They're a lot stronger than the Merlin. But yeah, up here, again, more of those dirty window surrounds there. And that one's particularly putrid. So again, that's a job I can start on today while it's been raining. And then also on the Decker, on the exterior, the windows, window frames. See, I've polished that one. Haven't polished that one. If I can, I mean, it makes the bus look so much better when they're done. So that's an exterior job as well. All around, top and bottom. So I've definitely got my work cut out over the next few weeks, and I'll think of more jobs that need to be done as I go, I guess. But I might as well just get started. I've just taken that dress strip off across the top of that. That's the heater in behind there, heater box. You can see how that's just a glue failure there. So not a difficult fix. I'll go and do that now while I've got it in my hand. I've just added another job in black. The ones in red are kind of important. There'll probably be more in black that aren't so urgent, but that 0 is coming away. Bastards of things. And that's a bugger of a job because I've got to get in from upstairs. See there? I've got to go in from the back, pull the whole box out. While it's still raining, I've come up into the Decker, taken the front off, the very front bulkhead cover. It's been a while since I've been down in there when I put those lights in. I've got to get this whole box out, try and fix these numbers up. That middle 0's failing, the glue's gone on me. Dang it. Okay, so I've taken this out of the box. I've had to undrill all the rivets. That glue's just completely failed. So what I'll do is I'll double check everything, glue it all down, and then like I did in the back, I'll run duct tape down here as a safety just to stop it peeling. Well, I've cracked the shits. I'm gonna go home. It just won't stop raining. Every time I start a job, like I started on those numbers and I'm working outside, it starts to rain again, everything gets wet. Every time I walk in the bus, I'm walking mud. So I'm just gonna go home. I've got a beer here I've got to finish. I'm sitting in the car because it's raining. And luckily I only live around the corner. I'm supposed to be going to a country music festival up at Olympic Park tonight, and I mean, I'm not going if it's raining because I've got to walk there. Anyway, so that just puts me another day behind. Didn't get a hell of a lot done. Managed to kill a couple of spiders that were building webs in the Merlin. I fixed the box, the 007. I fixed it. I just can't get it back in because I'm waiting for things to dry, and it started to rain on me again. So we'll try again tomorrow. Much better mood, much better weather, much earlier than normal. I'm heading down hoping to get a fair bit done today. It'll be paint. First of all, I'll get the Merlin out. I need to clean all around the rain gutters. On the inside of them, they've collected a bit of mold and algae and stuff, so I'll do that. Then I'll prep the gutters and paint them green. While I've got the green wet, I'll touch up areas that need to be done. When that dries, I might get the Decker out and go around and fix up some of those stripes. And then after that, we'll see how much time we've got left. But yeah, expecting low 30s today. It's quite windy as well, so it's kind of perfect paint drying weather. I've just got to make sure I get here early so that no one else has blagged the ladder on me. I need the ladder. Doesn't look good because both gates are open. I hope that's just one of the coachies has taken his vehicle out on a charter and not someone that's got the ladder out, because I need that ladder. Oh no, it looks like just the mechanic's back working on one of those coaches there, so I might get lucky. Old mate's back with his semi. Yep, ladder's still there. Now, it's windy today. I might have to go and get the lapel mic if the audio's too bad. This is what I'm talking about. See, that's holding a bit of water there from the rain yesterday, and it's all just filthy all the way along. So I'll give all of that a good clean out, and then I'll paint it in the gloss, same colour as the body, and that should help the water flow a bit better. I don't know why I think it's just the tilt, the lane that the bus is parked on in this particular parking space, because there's a drain hole you can see there, but the bus is angling down this way. So I'll try and tidy this up without making a filthy mess. I've also just noticed while I was looking down, this angle here has popped out. See, the bus sitting for so long, work that I did on it last year, it's either failing or showing its true colours, or showing my craftsmanship true colours. I might have to run, fairly sure there's a fillet in behind that, a timber fillet. I might have to run an extra screw through that just because it looks untidy. Anyway, I'll get up here and do some cleaning of gutters. Heck of a lot dirtier than I thought it was going to be, but that's life with a bus parked outside under a tree, I guess. Getting there, still a lot of gunk in there. I've cracked out the big guns now, so I've got here a mixture of a bathroom cleaning gel and some water. If that doesn't work, the good old CLR and scrubbing brush, lots of rags. So that seems to be the worst of it, just around the front there where it was wet. Looks like the rest of the guttering and all the stuff that's stuck inside it is dry. I've just discovered another horror. That is, as we come back into our Australian summer, the flies are back, and they reckon it's been really good breeding season with warm weather of late but a lot of rain. So I've got to go, I think I've got a tin of Aerogard somewhere, insect repellent. I think I need to go and cake myself in that, and then I'll just keep going around this bus. That is putrid up there. So hard to keep anything clean because the minute the rag hits some of that mud, it just smears it all over the place. Anyway, what I'll do now is I'll do some taping, last minute cleaning, and then I'll paint this side of the rain gutter and then let that dry and go and do the other side. I've also shown up, or found some areas up in that corner there. Need some new rivets. They've all failed, and I've got a funny feeling there's nothing behind them for the rivet to kind of grab onto. Anyway, I'll have another look at that as well. So that's taken a while, but I've managed to mask up and clean along this offside and right round to the front near side corner. I'll get painting now, and while that's drying, I'll do the same to the other side. The other side's not as dirty and not as manky in the gutters because it was leaning in a way that the water was able to drain out. But I'll do the cream first and then come back with the green along that gutter. Right, that's the green. Bit of a decision to do this because I wasn't sure if they did. On some of the early photos it looked like it had been painted, and on others it looked like a shadow. But then when we got the double decker and it was in original paint and we noticed that the gutter was done in the accent green, I thought, well, it makes sense that they would have done this one as well. That's half finished. Gonna have a break because it's really hot, and then I'll keep going. Just pulled him out so I can get that ladder all the way around on the concrete. It's a little bit difficult to traverse the gravel. So I'll clean now, start there, go all the way up that side, clean and paint. And I don't know, storms aren't forecast, but you'd never know my luck. Well, as the cool kids say, I'm not gonna lie, today has my shoulder screaming at me again. Just the, you know, over the shoulder, over the head stuff. Anyway, it's time to sit down and have a sip and then start taking tape off. See how that looks. It's taken me a lot longer than I thought it would. It's now about 3:30 in the afternoon. I was thinking I might get the double decker out and go for a nice drive. But remembered I've got that top box all pulled apart from yesterday when it was raining, so I'll see if I can get all that back in if it's not too hot up in that bus, and if so I might go for a spin. We'll see how we go. I am knackered. It's cooling down, but it's been a hot one. I've wore these bloody work boots and they just make my legs ache. So that's that. There's a few little areas where the paint has blobbed under the tape a bit there, but for the most part, oh, I've missed a bit there. For the most part, it looks good. So once all the bus is washed and I get all that grime off that is there, it should look good. We'll probably wait till the very last weekend before the bus show. In fact, we might even wait till the very last day beforehand before we do wash them, because old mate McTree up there is relentless. If anyone knows where I can get the lenses for that, those ones are faded. The near side are great, but those ones I've actually hit with a little bit of amber indicator lens spray just to try and brighten them up a bit, but I can't find any anywhere online for sale. Next weekend I'll get the brushes back out and touch up the double decker, and while I've got those brushes wet, there's some cream issues that still need looking at, but she's starting to look good. If you're wondering what the pizza box is under the bus, it's one of the side plates has got looks like it's got a leaking gasket, so there's an oil leak whenever the engine gets warm. At some point I'd like to change the oil, so I'm not going to change that because obviously the engine's on its side. As soon as I drop that side plate, out comes the oil. So we'll do an oil change and then I'll try and cut a gasket for that, stop it leaking. Finished. Gave it a new spray paint as well. That's good to go. Yeah, they look a little bit crooked, but they looked crooked when they were on their individual rolls. So that has got to go up into there. I'll do that now. And that's a job done. I've belt and braces those numbers now. They're riveted in, glued in and taped in. I don't want to take that box out again. That's a heck of a job, and it's about 100 degrees up there. Top deck of a double decker, not a good place to be on a hot day. And a lot of the paint touched up on the Merlin. Got that lovely green accent gutter now, which I'm pretty sure is the way it was at Egan's on their Merlin. So there's still a little bit of paint that needs touching up. I'll show you, because I couldn't get too close to the wet green. But if you look up there, there's a spot, and there's another one there. There's a few other spots. That can be a job for next week. And then of course, there's the paint touch-up to be done on there. So let's call the paint touch-up 1/3 done, which doesn't mean we've taken much off the list. So we can kind of go almost for paint touch-up. Rad hoses, rad socks, Speedo, waiting for parts. Interior tidy. Well, I got a little bit of that done. Decker windows, no. Merlin rain gutters done. And decker front numbers done. Didn't really make a scratch, did it? A lot to do. Next week, hopefully all of those parts will turn up and I'll be able to knock a lot of those off. I might get down through the week if the weather's good after work. If it's not raining, I can get a lot of that interior cleaning and stuff done. So I reckon that's where I'm going to call this video. Nice short one for the week. It's just, well, yesterday was a write-off because of the rain, and then today it's just been so putridly hot. I am absolutely exhausted. I'm too old. Climbing up and down that ladder. I mean, I'm even thinking about my apartment building's got a pool. I'm even thinking about going and jumping into that. I don't get my rig out in public. No way. But I just feel like I need to wash today off me. Trouble is, there's a creepy old guy and his apartment faces down onto the pool, and whenever you get in there you can see him watching. I hate him. I wanted that apartment and he outbid me. I know, I'm only joking. So I might go and have a swim. I reckon the water will be cold though, because we've just had a week of cold weather and rain. Anyway, until next week, when hopefully I can check off the Speedo, get another sock in that radiator and start driving it again. I don't want to drive it until the sock's in, because I was told that, you know, some stuff could start breaking away as the engine starts running hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. So I'm going to kick it in the guts right now, get it back into bed and head home. Maybe have a swim, but definitely a few more of these. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon on Steve Stuff. I was right about one thing. It's bloody freezing. I'll see you next time.